Hello students, welcome back to Career Power Hyderabad powered by Adda 24/7. So students, today we'll discuss the important current affairs. But before going into the current affairs session, so let us discuss about how to learn current affairs effectively. So this is a new 5-stage method to learn current affairs effectively. So it has 5 stages. So for the first stage is headlines with blank. The second stage is detailed analysis. The third stage is one word key points. So in this video, we'll discuss the first 3 stages. So every current affair will be given with a blank so that it will raise a question in your mind. So to know the answer, you need to see the second stage, detailed analysis, where we provide every current affair with a detailed explanation as well as static GK points. The third stage is one word keywords, where we learn these current affairs in one word key points so that you can remember them very well. The fourth stage is important MCQs. So this stage you need to answer by yourself. So every day at 7 p.m. in our Telegram channel, we will provide these important MCQs. So you need to answer these important MCQs. So please remember, every day at 7 p.m. in our Telegram channel, we provide important MCQs. Please solve them. This will be the second time of your revision. So finally, the fifth stage, section-wise revision will happen on every Monday. Every Monday, the week-long current affairs, we will segregate into section-wise and we will revise them. So by this revision method, you can learn your current affairs effectively. So please subscribe our YouTube channel, like our videos, share our videos, join the Telegram channel and download the Career Power Hyderabad app. We'll provide the links in the description as well as comment section. So now we'll see headlines today with blanks. So Nirmala Sitharaman has launched a new program. So what is that program? So MyGov, so which is the government portal, and UN Women, so they tied up to launch a new challenge. So what is that challenge? So world's first fossil-free steel was manufactured in which country? So Tamil Nadu BJP leader who was appointed as Manipur governor. So who is that BJP leader from Tamil Nadu? So Paytm and which bank has tied up to provide solutions across the payment gateways and to provide point of sale machines? So all these things, Paytm has tied up with which bank in India? So India and Asian Development Bank signed for a 500 million loan to expand the metro rail network in which city? So Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, Jitendra Singh, he launched a portal to plan Manrega assets. So what is that portal? So second Indo-Qatar joint military naval exercise. So it is held in Persian Gulf. So what is the name of the naval exercise? So World Economic Forum Sustainable Development Impact Summit to be held in which city? Okay. So which IIT has developed India's first indigenous motorized wheelchair, Neobolt? So the book Mission Domination, an Unfinished Quest was authored by whom? So Address Book, a publishing memoir in the time of COVID, was authored by whom? So Battlefield is a book authored by whom? So 3 books, please remember. Finally, World Water Week is observed on which day? So which World Water Week is observed from which day to which day in the month of August? So these are the headlines today. Let us go into stage 2 detailed analysis. So the first is national news, where Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has launched a national monetization pipeline. So monetization pipeline or asset monetization pipeline, where the government assets will be given on lease to private agencies. So government assets will be given on lease to private agencies. So under this national monetization pipeline, they list out all the government infrastructure which can be given on lease, given on license. Okay, so this pipeline project was developed by Niti Aayog in collaboration with all the infrastructure line ministries. So what is this national monetization pipeline program? So very simple. For an example, we will take Delhi-Agra expressway. So between Delhi and Agra, there is an expressway. It's privately maintained expressway. So land belongs to government, but it is given on lease to a private agency. So private agency will collect the toll, they'll maintain the road. So likewise, government is planning to give its assets on lease. So take example, railway has a lot of assets. So government will give railway land for a shopping complex. So they'll take on lease, they'll build their shopping complex, and after the lease, they'll return back the land to government. So likewise, government is planning to lease government assets, public sector units assets to private agencies. So what will happen if you are providing more number of private agencies? There will be lot of quality in the products. Okay, so road is maintained by private agency, road will be more quality. So railway trains, passenger trains will be run by private agencies. More number of facilities will be provided in these trains. Okay. So this using this monetization pipeline, government is expecting 6 lakh crores in the next 4 years. So in the next 4 years, government is expecting to earn 6 lakh crores from these projects. So top 5 sectors which will contribute lot of revenue are roads, railways, power, oil and gas and telecom. So these are the top 5 sectors. Okay. So here government will provide only rights, not ownership. So mainly to provide revenue, stable revenue to government, and they will have strict partnership, structured partnership, okay, with a lot of key performance indicators. So if you see this entire project, so total they estimate 6 lakh crore revenue from this project. So 1.6 lakh crore from roads, 1.5 lakh crore from railway, from power transmission 45,000 crore, from power generation 39,000 crore, from natural gas pipeline 24,000 crore, from product pipeline 22,000 crore, from telecom 35,000 crore, from warehousing 38,000 crore, from mining from warehousing and mining 28,000 crore, from aviation 20,000 crore, from power 12,000 crore, from stadiums 11,000 crore, and from urban real estate 15,000 crore. By monetizing, by giving the assets on lease, government is expecting this money from all these sectors in the next 4 years, which totals to 6 lakh crores. So this is an estimate. So please remember about the national monetization pipeline. So next news is about MyGov, so which is government portal. UN Women, UN agency, both of them tied to launch the Amrit Mahotsav Sri Shakti Challenge 2021. So this Amrit Mahotsav Sri Shakti Innovation Challenge was introduced by MyGov portal and UN Women. So the aim of the challenge is to encourage technology solutions developed by women entrepreneurs related to women's safety and empowerment. So mainly related to women's safety and empowerment. So women entrepreneurs need to provide some technological solutions. Okay. So this initiative will promote Nari Sashaktikar to empower women to help them achieve their full potential. So this program is implemented under the Multi-Partner Trust COVID-19 Fund program. Okay. So MyGov, so My Government portal is citizen-centric platform of Government of India, which will empower people to connect with the government and to contribute good governance, which was launched in 2014. And this will bring the government closer to common citizens. So we'll have interface for healthy exchange of ideas and views, and for ultimate goal of contributing to the socio-economic transformation of India. So UN Women, it's a UN agency, mainly has a mandate to work on women equality. So committed for gender equality and gender mainstreaming, to translate this into action. So which was established in 2010 and headquarters is in New York. Okay. So please remember all these points about UN Women. So next is international news, where world's first fossil-free steel was manufactured in Sweden. World's first fossil-free steel is manufactured in Sweden. So Swedish steel maker ASAB, they manufactured this world's first fossil-free steel, and they delivered it to their first customer, Volvo Group. So this steel was produced by the technology called the hybrid technology, developed by ASAP and iron ore miner LCAB and power company Vattenfall. So all these three companies, they developed this hybrid technology. So this technology uses 100% fossil-free hydrogen instead of coal and coke. Okay. So according to Volvo, they intend to deliver this fossil-free steel to the market by 2026. And Volvo is planning to manufacture its concept vehicles and machines using this fossil-free steel this year. So fossil-free steel is made completely using new technology, which will create a lower climate impact and fossil-free value chain. So hybrid is hydrogen breakthrough iron making technology developed in 2016, but the steel came out in June 2021. So the steel was produced in the Luleå steel plant in Sweden. Okay. So this hybrid technology will reduce the Sweden's total carbon dioxide emissions by 10% and Finland carbon dioxide emissions by 7%. So the capital of Sweden, Stockholm, currency is Swedish krona, and Prime Minister Stefan Löfven. So please remember all these points. So next is appointment news, where Tamil Nadu BJP leader La Ganeshan was appointed as Manipur governor. Okay. So this post was vacant from August 10 because Nizama Heptullah, the ex-governor of Manipur, she retired. So from then onwards, Sikkim governor Ganga Prasad was in charge. So now Manipur governor, who was appointed? La Ganeshan was appointed as Manipur governor. So Manipur CM Biren Singh. So please remember these points. So next is agreement news, where Paytm and HDFC Bank, they tied up to provide solutions across payment gateway, point of sale machines and credit products. So this will include Paytm Postpaid with the buy now pay later solution, easy EMI and FlexiPay. So the partnership will deliver enhanced Smart Hub solutions to the market. So this HDFC Bank Smart Hub solutions is an integrated platform offering merchants a one-stop solution for all their business needs. So HDFC Bank and Paytm will provide two types of point of sale machines. So where HDFC Bank will be payment partner and Paytm will be distribution and software partner. So they will provide these Android based POS machines. So one more POS machine is where both of them will co-brand this POS product and they'll sell to the Paytm customer base. So HDFC headquarters Mumbai, established 1994, Paytm headquarters Noida, established in 2010. So next is a business news, where India and Asian Development Bank, they signed for 500 million loan to expand the metro rail network in Bengaluru city. So using this 500 million loan, two new railway lines, metro rail lines of 56 km in length will be developed. So this will create safe, affordable green mobility in Bengaluru, which will enhance the quality of life, sustainable growth in urban habitat and livelihood opportunities. So let us discuss about Asian Development Bank, established in 1966, headquartered in Manila, Philippines. It has 67 members from the Asia Pacific region. So this bank was modeled on the lines of World Bank. So Japan has the largest share in ADB with 15.6%, USA with 15.5%, China with 6.4%, India with 5.8%. So this ADB bank aim is to social development by reducing poverty in Asia Pacific, by inclusive growth, sustainable growth and regional integration. So 80% of the investment will be done in public sector. So ADB will invest in infrastructure, health, public administration system, which will help nations to reduce the impact of climate change and manage their natural resources. So please remember all these points. So next is about the Union Minister of Science and Technology, Minister of State for Science and Technology, Jitendra Singh. He launched a portal called Yuktadhara, a portal to facilitate the planning of new Mannarega assets. So Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, Mannarega assets using remote sensing and GIS based information. So this portal was developed by ISRO and Ministry of Rural Development. So Yuktadhar portal will serve as a repository of assets, that is geotags, created under various national rural programs. So Yuktadhar portal will ensure the quality of plan, long-term monitoring of assets, facilitate identification of new works for resource allocation. So this portal, very simple, it will have the details of all Mannarega assets which were constructed and to be constructed, very simple. So it will use a geospatial information, which is geography and mapping. So geospatial information means it is place-based, location-based information. So geospatial planning is use of the geographic information system GIS and global positioning system GPS, which accurately store, collect, display and retrieve vast amounts of information in the spatial context. Okay, so this is very simple. So every Mannarega asset will be geotagged so that there will be no duplication of work. Suppose you already constructed a well there, so again next year if you will construct a well there, it is waste of money. So using this GIS GPS based information, you will reduce the expenditure and you will utilize money effectively for real asset creation. So that is this Yuktadhar portal. Okay, so next is the defense news, where Indo-Qatar joint naval exercise, second Indo-Qatar joint naval exercise Zair al-Bahr, so was conducted in the Persian Gulf. So it was held between August 9th and August 14th. So it's a 3-day harbor phase and 2-day sea phase exercise. In the sea phase, they'll conduct maritime exercises in surface action, anti-piracy exercises, air defense, maritime surveillance and operations and SAR exercises. So from Indian side, INS Trikand has participated, and from Qatar Emiri Naval Force, Barzan and Damsha class missile boats and MRTP-34 fast patrol attack boats and Rafale aircrafts have participated. So Qatar capital Doha, Qatar currency Qatari Riyal. So do remember these static points. So next is a summit where World Economic Forum Sustainable Development Impact Summit 2021 to be held in Geneva, Switzerland from September 20 to September 23. And this year event will focus on inclusively revitalizing economies. So the Sustainable Development Impact Summit to be held in Geneva from September 20 to 23 by World Economic Forum, which will focus on revitalizing economies. So remember the theme, shaping an equitable, inclusive, sustainable recovery. Shaping an equitable, inclusive, sustainable recovery. So please remember these key points. So this meeting will focus on four interdependent areas. They are revitalizing economies, advancing an inclusive recovery, scaling up climate change, and shaping the future food systems. Okay, so please remember these points. So let us discuss about World Economic Forum, which was established by Klaus Schwab in 1971 as a not-for-profit organization, initially called European Management Forum, later called World Economic Forum in 1987. And the main aim of the World Economic Forum is to improve the state of world by engaging business, political, economic leaders of the society to shape the global, regional and industry agendas, and headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. So please remember these points, and also remember about the reports given by World Economic Forum. They publish reports like the Global Competitiveness Index, Global Gender Gap Report, Global Risk Report, and Global Travel and Tourism Reports. So these are the reports, indexes given by the World Economic Forum. So please remember these points too. So next is the science and technology news, where IIT Madras has developed India's first indigenous motorized wheelchair, NeoBolt. So NeoBolt was developed by IIT, so which not only can travel on roads but also on uneven terrains. So at a maximum speed of 25 kilometers per hour. So they collaborated, IIT Madras has collaborated with a lot of organizations and hospitals which are working for people with locomotor disabilities. So taking their experiences, they made these design, they adjusted their design. Okay, so this wheelchair is developed at a cost of 55,000. So it's a lithium ion battery powered, it is powered by lithium ion battery and can travel up to 25 kilometers per charge. So it is very convenient, safe and low cost mode of outdoor mobility. So India currently sells nearly 3 lakh wheelchairs, out of which 2.5 lakh are imported into the country. So these are imported. So these wheelchairs, why we are importing more wheelchairs from foreign countries? Because of their specific features. So Indian companies lack features, so we are importing them. So this imported goods are 3 to 5 times expensive. So that is why IIT Madras has developed this wheelchair, which is very less than the foreign product. Okay, so please remember all these points. So this wheelchair was developed by the Center for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development, which is a part of IIT Madras, and it will be commercialized by the startup NeoMotion. Okay, so please do remember these points. So let us see the books and authors. Mission Domination, An Unfinished Quest is authored by Boria Majumdar and Kushan Sarkar. So both of them are Indian sports journalists. So they authored this book. So this book is a short story of several Indian cricketers like Rishabh Pant, Rohit Sharma, S. Gill, R. Ashwin and Cheteshwar Pujara. Okay, so this book is a short story about all these cricketers. So this book is called Mission Domination, An Unfinished Quest by Boria Majumdar and Kushan Sarkar. So next book is Address Book, a publishing memoir in the time of COVID by Ritu Menon. So this book is authored by Ritu Menon. So let us discuss few points about Ritu Menon. So Ritu Menon along with Urvashi, she started the Kali for Women, a first feminist press in 1983. Later on, Ritu Menon herself established Women Unlimited, one more feminist publishing house. Okay, so weeks after 2020 lockdown, she began writing a diary. So this diary was published as a book. Now we are reading about this book. Okay, Address Book, a publishing memoir in the time of COVID by Ritu Menon. So she is an author of multiple newspaper articles and editorials. Her writing will mainly focus on violence against women, religion take on women, gender divide across society, and she is from a strong feminist background and a left-wing perspective background. So this is about Ritu Menon. The next book, Battlefield, which was authored by Vishram Badekar, is translated into English by Jerry Pinto. So Battlefield is a book authored by Vikram Badekar in Marathi. So this book was translated into English by Jerry Pinto. So this book is a romance between Indian man and a German Jewish woman. Both of them are fleeing to Europe before the Second World War. So this book is a story of romance between an Indian man and a German woman. Okay. So please remember Battlefield, Vikram Badekar, and translated by Jerry Pinto. So the last current affair for today, World Water Week is organized annually by the Stockholm International Water Institute since 1991, mainly to address the global water issues and related concerns of the international development. So this year, the World Water Week is organized from 23rd to 27 August in digital format, and the theme for this year is Building Resilience Faster. So please remember, Building Resilience Faster. So let us discuss about the Stockholm International Water Institute, which is a Stockholm-based policy institute established in 1991, mainly which will provide knowledge and guidance of decision making towards water-wise decisions. So it will provide research, builds institutional capacity, provide advisory services in 5 thematic areas like water governance, transboundary water management, water and climate change, water, energy, food nexus, and water economics. Okay. So please remember all these points. So World Water Week 23rd to 27 August by the Stockholm International Water Institute. Okay. So please remember all these points. So let us go into third stage, one word key points. Quickly we will discuss all the keywords today. So Nirmala Sitharaman has launched national monetization pipeline of 6 lakh crore. So My Government Portal and UN Women, they launched Amrit Mahotsav Sri Shakti Challenge 2021. World's first fossil-free steel is developed in Sweden. So La Ganeshan, new Manipur governor. Paytm and HDFC, they developed solutions across payment gateway, point of sale machines, okay, and credit products. So India and Asian Development Bank has signed a 500 million loan for metro rail network in Bengaluru. Yuktadar portal was developed to facilitate the planning of Manrega assets. Indo-Qatar joint naval exercise, what is it named? Zair al-Bahr. So World Economic Forum Sustainable Development Impact Summit was held in Geneva, Switzerland. So IIT Madras has developed first indigenous motorized wheelchair called Neobold. So Mission Domination, an Unfinished Quest is authored by Boria Majumdar and Kushan Sarkar. Address Book, a publishing memoir in the time of COVID, is authored by Ritu Menon. Battlefield is authored by Vikram Badekar and translated into English by Jerry Pinto. World Water Week is observed from 23rd to 27th August. Okay, so please remember all these points, and at 7 p.m. we have MCQs. Please answer the MCQs at 7 p.m. in our Telegram channel. So join the Telegram channel. I will provide you the link in the description as well as comment section. And like our video, share our video, subscribe our channel, suggest our channel to all your friends, and download the Career Power Hyderabad app. We will provide the link in the description as well as comment section. So thank you students. We will meet in the next class.